poet and broadcaster Salma el Wardany. Salma, great to see you. So, I mean, you know, the past couple of years have been hard for everyone, haven't they? But statistics are starting to come out now showing women have been particularly hard hit by the COVID pandemic, especially in spheres like job losses. They're disproportionately impacted in job losses.
Yeah, absolutely. For example, lots of people are doing different studies. I spoke to the University of Sussex a while ago. They're currently conducting a study that shows, yes, that women are losing jobs disproportionately to men. And also because women are most traditionally and just in the household dynamics are the primary caregiver for children, it means that even when there's two parents at home, the children still have their default parent, which is so often the mother. So it means that women are being held back in terms of project productivity, their workplace, what they can achieve within the workforce. So even those women who are holding on to their jobs are suffering more within the workplace. And you get a lot of employers who aren't being kind of sympathetic to what mothers might be dealing with at home with childcare and with homeschooling. A lot of the policies that have come out of government to help and support women or just people through the pandemic have been focused on men. So economically, a lot of the furlough schemes have been focused on men because there's a gender pay gap. Men get paid more. So when there's a family situation and someone needs to stay at home to look after the kids, naturally that has been the mother because the guy has been the higher earner. So across the board, women have taken this massive step back and we've lost ground. So I think now more than ever is a time to recognize what this day is about. It's why we need it more than ever. And it's a time to really look at what is actually happening, because when crisis is hit, when disease comes, when famine strikes, historically and today, it is always women who bear the biggest burden and take the biggest hit.
And, you know, I wanted to know, I mean, you've spoken a little bit about it there, but what your view of International Women's Day is. Is it just a celebration of female achievements and empowerment? Or does it actually serve another purpose? Is it about awareness and trying to encourage governments to do more to close those gender gaps?
Absolutely. I think it is about looking at policy, looking at legislation, looking at the structures around us. It can be very easy to post a quote online and talk about an inspirational woman. It can be really easy to post a Michelle Obama quote and talk about how great women are and the need to love and thank the women around you. And yes, on a very, very superficial level, that's it. Celebrate the women around you. But the main purpose of this event and of this day is action. We can't just admire the problem. We can't just look at the problem and wax lyrical about it. It's about looking at the systems, looking at the structures, looking at what can be done for women across the board. So what can be done for working class women? What can be done for Black women? What can white women do to help out Black women? What can rich women do to help out working class women? And what can men do to be part of this fight and to help further women and the equality and liberation of women?
And I guess progress depends on which part of the world you're looking at. Some governments are much more open to passing laws to progress all those issues that you've spoken about. But do you see progress? I mean, these are things we've been talking about for decades, for years. You know, how many women are in board positions? How many women earn the same as men? How many women go to university compared to men? Are these things actually narrowing, do you think?
Yes, it's really hard to see it, but they are. So if you look across the board globally as well at stuff like female genital mutilation, if you look at stuff like child marriages, all of those statistics are coming down. They are all falling. Times when they have risen again has been after big outbreaks. So, for example, in Africa, when the Ebola outbreak happened, so many women regressed, and there were more child marriages that year and more female genital mutilation that year than there had ever been. And there is the worry that the pandemic and COVID is also setting us back, is limiting options. And when women have limited options, it is when they can fall into situations that do not protect them, that are unsafe. So yes, change is happening very, very slowly. But the really scary thing is that the pandemic has the ability to set us back years and years and undo the work, the very small work that has been done. I think that the Secretary General of the UN, Antonio Guterres, said that COVID-19 could very possibly set back and reverse the very limited progress we've made with women's health, with gender rights, with equality. And that's what we're seeing. So we're in a really dangerous part. It's a really slippery slope. And if we're not careful, we will lose everything that we have worked so hard to gain over these last years.
Salma, great to speak with you. Thank you, Salma el Wardany there.